Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and all the core gamers out there. CAJ Man 777 here, welcoming you to episode 2 of Metroid Prime 2. Last time, we had received a transmission and a mission to locate Galactic Federation troopers that were found on a distant planet known as Aether. When we arrived, we were attacked by Dark Samus, aka Metroid Prime. And then right after that, immediately found the troopers to find that they had also been attacked, not by Dark Samus, but by some unknown creatures. Unfortunately for us, we also fell victim to these unknown creatures and lost all of our upgrades. This time, we have entered into the Great Temple, and we are going to be exploring what the Great Temple has for us to offer to maybe see and figure out what we can do about Dark Samus and these mysterious creatures. So coming right in here, unable to scan object, unknown energy field is scrambling the wave. Object scan, unit identified as hibernetic stasis chambers. Life signs of hibernating bioforms within the containers are steady. Chambers are made of a number of exotic metals. It would be quite difficult to breach them with conventional weapons. Look at this. Oh, we're gonna have some Splinter fun. Oh, but not just any Splinter fun. We saw this from the last episode. These are dark splinters, which, unfortunately, are not very fun to deal with. So, we do have a battle royal with a couple of these. Did I scan these, actually? I did. Yeah, these are dark splinters. We remember them from the last episode. Pretty much, this is going to be our first kind of major boss. I wouldn't really call it a major boss, but first we have to survive this battle royale with all these splinters. It's relatively easy. You just don't want to take a lot of damage to these guys, especially on hard. The best thing to do is not get hit in the back. Just keep strafing around, and you should be fine. How is he not dead yet? Can I, like, strafe, please, and then hit the... Come on! Thank you! It's just like, come on, let me hit him. Alright, one shot. Oh, that destroyed him. I could fire some missiles, but I am saving those. I do have one more splinter to get rid of here. Where'd he go? There he is. Oh, I barely got him in time. I thought he was going to jump at me. And right here is the Alpha Splinter. Alpha Splinter. Alpha male of a war pack, gigantic predator, and what he does a lot of damage, and I did not deserve to be hit by that right away. So he jumps very quickly and right where you're gonna be half the time. So you want to avoid where he's gonna be by strafing side to side constantly. But as you can tell, he currently has no health bar. Why might that be, you may be wondering? Well, let's just say after we do a certain amount of damage to this guy, I walked right into that. After you do a certain amount of damage to him, this happens. And now if we scan him quickly and we can get him quickly, bosses take a longer time to scan. This is a dark alpha splinter. Morphology, dark alpha splinter, alpha male of a darkling war pack, gigantic predator with symbiote enhanced strength, speed, and armor. And he does like to fire some juices at us, which is never fun. But I mean, he's a pretty easy first boss. He's a very basic introductory first boss. But as you can see, he is on hard, and he takes a lot of punishment even on hard. Even fully set charge beam shots do not do a lot of damage to this guy, as you can tell. But his pattern's very easy. He always fires one of those attacks, and then he always fires, I should say, the dark energy at you, and then he always jumps. So he's really easy. All you need to do is shoot, dodge, get another charge in there, or just kind of keep walking to the left or right, and you will easily beat this Dark Alpha Splinter with no problems whatsoever. Pretty easy boss, though. Like, honestly, there's not much to say about him. There's not much strategy to it. Just dodge and shoot. This is where you have to learn. This is essentially the end of the game's tutorial right here, right now. This little boss. When he gets mad, which I don't think he has yet, he'll fire 2 or 3 shots at you. He can. And then he'll also jump, but he's not... I don't think he's going to do that. There's a chance he can do it, but I'm going to kill him before he gets the chance. And that is going to be the defeat of the Dark Alpha Splinter. Oh! Light! It burns my eyes! And what is this, you may ask? It's an unknown technology. And what does this unknown technology do? Well, you will find out soon enough. System alert. Unknown item acquired. Alien technology has bonded to the armor system. Threat scan complete. No threat scan complete. No negative impact on suit performance. And with that, we now have the field. But now, because there's a translator gate there and a translator gate there that we can't use, we're going to have to head down and continue and go up an elevator further into the Great Temple. In Metroid Prime 2, all elevators are always facing in the same direction, by the way, so whichever direction you enter, you have to turn around and look in the opposite direction. But right up here, this is an energy controller unit. Regional energy controller. This unit regulates planetary energy in this sector and is linked to a global energy network. Do not be afraid. I am Umos, Sentinel of the Luminoth. Please listen and hear our world's peril. Long ago, a cosmic object fell to our planet Aether, exploding with such great force, a rift was torn in time and space. A strange power flowed over the world. Where there was one Aether, where there once was one Aether, there were now two, one of light and one of shadow, each existing in its own dimension. It was the end of peace on Aether, for a new race was born that day on the Dark World, the one filled with hate and terrible power. They are the Ing. And now we have the name of the enemies that we were fighting earlier, all those dark possessed ones. That was Ing possession. But the Ing are their own race of just brutal beasts, and you'll see that very shortly too. The Ing are creatures of shadow and darkness, knowing nothing of peace nor mercy. For decades we stood against them, yet we now lie on the verge of defeat. When Dark Aether was born, our planetary energy was divided, half for our world and half for theirs. Should one world gain control of this energy, the other will perish. Before you arrived, the Ing had stolen a device from us, one that collects planetary energy with it. They have weakened our planet to the verge of collapse. But fortune smiled upon us this day, for the energy transfer module is now bonded to you, which means we now have the means to control the planetary energy. With it, you can help us restore our world. You're our only hope, Samus. I'm wondering how he knows our name. Should we fall, the Ing will look to the stars for new planets to ravage and conquer. Your species could be their next victims. The Ing have taken our energy to 3 temples on Dark Aether. Find these temples and transfer the energy from them to our own. I have updated your map system with the location of another temple. There is knowledge there that you can use to help. you on your way. I can't read any of these today. I've also updated your translator. You can now access devices and doors coated with violet holograms. Many lands are now open to you. Prepare well for your journey. The Ing know you possess the energy transfer module. They will try and recover it at all costs. Return to me once you have restored the energy to a temple, and I will aid you as I can. May the lights of Aether shine upon you. And right there, we're gonna get our energy, and I get to scan you, Mos! Because that's the best part. We get to scan all the Luminoth that we see. This is gonna be our lore. New lore has been added and downloaded to your longbook. Luminoth lore translated. Origins. It is told that the Luminoth were not born of Aether, but of the stars. In the early days, we roamed the greatness of the void, bathing in the glorious light of 1,000 stars. We met a vast number of enlightened minds, the Enkrin, the Yila, and the Chozo among them. Each of them, we found, had claimed a homeworld and formed a deep bond with it. In time, we decided to do the same. So the Luminoth and the Chozo, they know each other. That's a big thing that comes into the lore, but the thing that impacted this planet, if you're wondering, it's very well explained in the final game, but let me see if I can get this down to you. Essentially, in the lore of Metroid Prime, what happens is that a meteor, a specific kind of meteor, impacted planets all around the world. The meteor, or all around the galaxy, I should say. These meteors possessed unique and original Phazon. As you saw, we found some unique and original Phazon in Metroid Prime 1. And now here on Aether, Phazon is also starting to form in Metroid Prime 2. However, the impact of the meteor on Aether, because it also divided planetary energy, has created dark Aether in its place. What are these meteors that have impacted these planets? Well, unfortunately, I don't want to explain that quite yet, as it is explained in Metroid Prime 3. These meteors have some very interesting effects, and you'll see why. Right here is a new enemy. These things are really annoying. These are light flyers, and they do not like intruders. They are very rude to intruders. In fact, I need to kill them ASAP. But there should be an item in here, which there is. Unfortunately, I don't have Morphball bombs to get up here, but there's an item in this room. So we'll pick up these missiles because we'll need those. And we'll be moving on into the first region of Metroid Prime 2. Step into the hologram. This is going to be our first transport. All elevators connect to the Great Temple, essentially, in this game. So we're going to be heading back to Temple Grounds. And from Temple Grounds, we are going to be moving to a completely different location. So there's the Great Temple, Temple Grounds, and more areas that are yet to come. But now that we have the Violet Translator, we can now do this. I'm going to jump over this because I don't like it. We can also now head down to this missile door. Oh, look, more splinters. Let me guess. Yep. They're really going to throw these guys at you pretty early in the game. You can kill a couple of them before the energy reaches them, which is nice because you, the energy that, some of the splinters do receive, like I said, it will change them into these little annoying dark creatures that do a lot of damage, and they have a lot of health. Unfortunately, the power beam does, like, nothing to these things right now. And if I get stuck in this corner, I will die. So let's not get stuck in a corner, and let's try and kill as many of these little guys as possible. Of course, because they're Darkling powered, they're Dark-ing powered, I should say now. They're not Darkling, they're Dark-ing powered. They get a lot of very powerful abilities, but let's fire a missile here. And this will give us our first energy tank of the game. which we will now use to go... Not there. We will now use it to go backwards, because we can't go anywhere else. We need to go down to here, because that's the only thing the game will let us do, because we don't have certain upgrades yet. So, well, let's head and do that right now. And now we're going to see some crawlies inside these tunnels. I mean, we saw them last time, but not to the same extent as we did prior. Thank God the door loading time is pretty quick on this one. And you can see just how well this actually locks on at distance. But down here, as soon as I jump down here, I'm going to be greeted by some more splinters, which I don't want to be. So let's activate this violet translator, as you remember, and see a dead Luminoth behind it. But this Luminoth is red. This Luminoth is extremely important. Cadre 2, J. Fem's Testament, as I nickname him. Luminoth datapack translated. Final entry, Warrior J. Fem. Their army swells. The beasts and rogue machines join the ranks of the Horde, all eager to bring the death to the Luminoth. The Ing sent these new additions to the industrial site to do battle with me, while they watched from safety. Cowardly mongrels. My only regret in death is that I did not live to see the day of their defeat. May it come soon. There are 9 of these. 9. 8. I believe that there's 8 or 9 of these, or 10. I forget how many there are throughout the game. This is the first one you get. As you can see, if you look over on the left, it says lore, Luminoth lore, Keybearer lore. 10%, which means there are 10 of them. Keybearers, and this area have something in common with the Dark World that you'll see later. That dark portal we entered through in episode 1 was a portal to the Dark World. So, which means this room that we're currently standing in has a dark key, supposedly in its dark, in the dark incarnation of this world, that is being held by an Ing, presumably. And here it is. It's a data pack, and it tells you, oh, industrial site. Okay, so you have to think, because this game is light and dark, the dark incarnation is going to have the item if it's not in the light world, and vice versa. So we'll be picking up a key in the dark world. Not for a while, though. We do not have any required upgrades to go get these special keys yet. However, we are going to be moving on to a completely new region. But right before I do that, I'm going to go pick up a missile expansion. Don't want to forget these. These are very important. And here we go. Taking an elevator, which I can skip the ride to. Technically by hitting start. I can only skip the beginning and ending cutscene. To Aegon Waste. Access to Luminoth Temple. And here we go. Welcome to Aegon Waste, folks. Before I kill this thing, these are Lumites. They're like the flyers. They're just really easy to kill. Just shoot them a couple times. They're not really threatening. Scan this guy. He's a blue and dead Luminoth, so we don't care. Except this right here. This is Sandgrass. That's a creature. It's nothing. I don't know why they labeled it as creatures, but Sandgrass. Welcome to Aegon Waste. Lightning storms in the sky. Little bridge we have to cross. Pretty simple stuff. That's the door we're going to have to go to. But before I go do that, let's meet a new enemy. These are Sand Diggers. Morphology Sand Digger. Desert-based tunneling bioform. Extremely well armored. Target its exposed eyes to yield damage to its core. They do a lot of damage. They also can charge at you. However, when you blow up their first head, they have a second head. So they're not fun enemies to deal with. But, I mean, they're pretty easy. Okay. And right up there, I think, yeah, right here. Structural analysis complete. Brimstone, which just means missile. I'm not gonna quite save yet, actually. These are sand bats. That's what I wanted to know. There we go. They are sand bats. Now, I'm not gonna save quite yet, but this is the save point we are going to be going to. Right over here, there's gonna be another sand digger. Fun fact about the sand diggers, if you keep moving this way, they kind of just burrow back into the ground and not care. After a while, you just walk away from them, they burrow back, and it's like, oh, and he's still shooting at me because he's a dick. These are Aegon bearer pods. There's a lot of item collections throughout the thing, and that is going to be our item collection for Aegon the bearer pod. That was just so I didn't get hit by shriek bats. Another thing of brimstone here. There's a couple of these, and this is the only way to get up to where we currently need to go, so I'm just going to keep firing shots across here, and hopefully I get them all, which I did. And here we go. This gate, important, this is a portal entrance. It's weird. If you look on the map, well, it's not quite marked yet, but that's a one-way dark portal, which means there's a dark portal on that side, but there's no light portal to get into it. Which means in that room, we're going to have to somehow come from the dark world to get into the light world. Once again, not for a while yet, though, but we will get there in time. Solar lens modified for use as a luminous sonic security system. Sonic security is something in this game we're not going to be getting for a while. It's a very, very cool combination, and I can't wait to show you guys it in the preview, but I can't be spoiling too much, unfortunately. So, with that, let us continue and move on to going this way, which I obviously can't use that kinetic orb cannon yet because there's a block under it, and I can't blow up that block. And meet our friends once again, folks. Yep, they're here too. Pirate troopers are on the planet. Morphology pirate trooper, star firing brigand, aggressive, well-armed bioform, trained for conquest. That's right, we have space pirates to fight. And a lot of them. I think there's actually only 2 of them to begin with, maybe 3. I think there's 3 to begin with, actually. But, they're not fun. They're kind of annoying. Yeah, there's 3 to begin with. I knew there was 1 still. And there we go. Space pirates defeated very quickly. This is just a heavy crate. Blow it up with the thingy. There you go. See, thingy items. We get stuff. Blow it up with a missile. You can blow it up with a missile too. That's another option you can do. Going in here, I don't think it has anything special. Yes, it does. Not going there. Before I decided to murder this thing, these are Brigsies. You have to shoot them with the missile to break their casing, and then you can just shoot them a couple times and they explode. So, easy stuff. They're not hard enemies to deal with, and we're just going to keep going this way. And moving on, as we can't get through that one door quite yet, but we do have a missile door that we can access. So let us go do that, which I think actually has an item behind here. Oh no, it's the tree room. Oh, look at this. Look at our friends. Our friends are here. The Shriekbat friends are here again, folks. Look at this. You can see the auto-aim actually take effect here. If I get close enough to these things. There we go. And right here is going to be our access to the Aegon Temple. But as you can tell, there's 2 different colored doors to my left and right, which I can't access yet. We'll be coming back here later for that. However, we can go through this front door. Unfortunately, I can't go around the ring because it's also blocked by telluric alloy, which is the more. Okay, you know what? Forget what I said. Is a Morphball bomb box. That's what I'm calling it. Oh, looky. Look at this. Oh my goodness, look at this. Alpha Sand Digger. Look at him. Oh, but also look at this. Alpha Sand-Digger, he is no more. Now, he is indeed. He's a sub-guardian. This is the Morphball Bomb Guardian, which means this is our first upgrade that we are going to be getting back. The Morphball Bomb. Owie. My butt. He does drop Morphball Bombs. The goal is when he does that, you just got to fire missiles into him. He's just a really easy boss. Avoid the Morphball Bombs, though, because, fun fact, those actually do a lot of damage. So I always try and stand back if I can when I do that. But you want to keep strafing around him. Try and stay back from his Morphball Bomb Launcher. That he decides to shoot out of his butt. Because, why not? Because out of his butt. Can I damage it a little more so I can get him to... Yes, thank you. 1. That'd be great. We are just going... like, again, he's another one of those, like, easy tutorial bosses that no one ever wants to fight. So, again, just keep strafing. Just avoid the bombs. If you stay far enough back, the Morphball bombs can't even reach you. And when he does attacks like this, use the strafe to your advantage so you can get around him. The good trick with strafing is that as soon as you hear the sound effect for the strafe finish, you can strafe again. It makes it really easy to get around targets very quickly. And I need to do damage to him. I actually have to go to the right here. It all depends on which way he's turning. Missile. Two missiles left. I'm only going to need 1. Like, this boss is very slow. You'll find that every area has like an enemy theme. This one is sand enemies. So, like, sandworms, sand bats, etc. Whoa! Where? Okay, yeah, I forgot he does that when he gets mad. He's got his annoying charge, which if I hit, I just need to get him behind him one more time. If I do that, I win. Can I please get behind him? No? It's not gonna let me shoot him? Goodbye! And there we go. And obviously we're going to get health bombed after a boss because we did take quite a bit of damage there. That charge, it just prevents you from locking on. And right there is going to be our Morphball bombs. Right after I pick up the health drops. Thank you. That's great. Scanning. Morphball bomb. Yeah, we got it back. All right. Fanfare music, go! Yes. It's beautiful, and I love it so much. Anyways, moving on, we have now these blocks that we can actually take care of with our bombs. Because we have bombs now, and we have the advantage of using those bombs. But we have to go this way to the energy controller. I don't really need to scan these, but now that we have Morphball bombs, we can have Morphball bomb jump. Which is nice. And after we're done Morphball bomb jumping, we can go this way. Into what is the Aegon energy controller. And there should be... I thought there was a lore here. But if we scan this, this is an access point. Energy transfer module, and obviously I can't scan it. What the heck do I need to scan? Oh, here it is. There we go. This is it right here. Luminoth Holo Projector online. Welcome, I am Aisha, Sentinel of the Aegon Temple. This message survives my death as guidance for one who would fight the Ing. A portal to Dark Aether lies nearby. With it, you can travel to this land's shadow. You must locate a dark temple, a twisted mockery of this sacred place. Inside, you will find the energy controller you seek. The temple door is held fast by 3 locks. The keys for the locks are hidden throughout that dark land. Your search will be difficult, Even the very air of dark aether is dangerous and can cripple the strongest of warriors. In our past struggles with the Ing, we placed a series of light crystals throughout their world. They remain today. These crystals create safe areas that will protect you from the harmful atmosphere of the Dark World. They will also fill your health back up. Slowly, but they will fill your health back up. I have updated your translator module. You can access devices and doors coded with amber holograms. More lands are open to explore. When you have taken the energy from the Dark Temple, return here at once. May the light of Aether serve you well. Energy fully replenished. But not saved! Because it doesn't actually save it as that. So now, we know our objective. We must go to a Dark Temple. But right before that, we have some lore. The Golden Age, saving Aether. Aether's planetary energy supply reached a critical stage. If left unchecked, the energy will expire, bringing an end to the world. Our greatest minds devised a way to preserve and regulate the remaining planetary energy. The Energy Controllers. Which regulate all the energy that goes through each end of the planet, which is actually pretty cool, if you ask me. I can skip this cutscene. Good thing about Metroid Prime is we don't have to watch that 20 times over. I can still skip it. Yeah! But now that we also have Morphball bombs, I can go this way. Around the outside edge. And you can see over here we have... There's a blast shield on the door. Analysis indicates the blast shield is vulnerable to most weapons. Dark energy, however, may damage it. We're going to go all the way around so we don't disturb the War Wasp hives. But now we must vanish into an area we have never explored before in the temple. Because we have Morphball bombs now as well, we can do that. So let us head that way right now. And by right now, I mean blow this guy up, shoot him like 20,000 times, and then go. And then we activate this energy controller. Or this thing, and there's a save point, actually, back there. We're going technically to... Well, no, we're not technically going to a room we've been before. Get out of here! I thought I killed you! Right here is just a quick little missile expansion pickup, which I will be picking up, and we are going to save, actually, right now, before we head into the Dark World. So, it's not going to be this episode, guys, but next episode, Metroid Prime 2 Echoes Episode 3, we will be traveling into Dark Aether to see what there is to find for us, because we have quite a bit of work to do, to say the least. But I also wanted to come back here before I do that, because Morphball Bomb and Kinetic Orb Cannon means Energy Tank. So now we have 2 energy tanks, which is beautiful. We have plenty of energy. We now actually have more than enough energy than we need for the next boss, which is incredible. Like usually you can beat the second boss with no energy tank. It's simple. It's easy. But we're gonna be heading down to the save point right here. Thought it was... Yeah, it's down below. It's right here. And there we go. So, I want to thank everybody for watching episode 2 of Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. And in the next episode, we're going to be taking our first step into the Dark World. So until then, this is CAJ Man 777 signing off. Stay safe, everybody.